Now, I know I'm pretty late to the party, and I apologize for that. I currently have a few papers I need to do, and it's finals week. Also, before I get into this video, I just need to let everyone know that I'm not sure if I'm going to make a video this Friday or Saturday, because this weekend is Mom's weekend, and my mom is going to come over to Pullman, and we're just going to spend some time with each other. It's kind of like a rite passage for any Washington State University mother. So, in fact, that's how she describes it anyway. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna have the time to make another video this upcoming weekend. But if given the chance, I will try to do that. So, Secretary of Homeland Security Kirstjen Nielson is out. Now I've heard a lot of talk about this for the last 2 days. Uh, a lot of people have been wondering what was going on with behind the scenes. As far as people could tell, Trump was pretty, I wouldn't say pissed off, but deeply disappointed with Kirstjen Nielson at her handling of the border. I mean, yeah, a lot of progress has been made, but there has been a major spike in illegal immigration and several other issues with the immigration with the southern border have yet to be addressed. After all, it's got nearly so bad that Trump is actually threatening to close the southern border. Now he acknowledges that this may be unlikely, but he's still gonna threaten Mexico with tariffs on their cars and whatnot. So whether or not that's going to make a major effect is currently a we'll see kind of situation. I mean, I kind of believe that that will happen with Mexico trying to get more involved with the problem, because after all, considering that Mexico is the route for many other Central Americans to take to get to the United States, it's also their problem as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are still illegal immigrants who came from Mexico, but still there are a lot of illegal immigrants who just use Mexico as like a land route. So, Kirstjen Nielson is out. Media says that she, well, honestly, the media is a little bit, I would have to say, kind of mixed on their messaging, because I've heard so many Democrats, well, Democratic representatives in Congress, currently say that she was a horrible secretary of Homeland Security. She only made the borders worse, and she is just being a scapegoat for the Trump administration and their failures, which I do not believe at all, because it's their reasoning is just kind of funny to me, because they mentioned the idea of the separating of illegal migrant families from across the board, which is really, really funny because of a few things. One, this entire policy occurred during Obama's tenure in office. This occurred to Obama. Trump did not start this. Two, a lot of the time, almost all of the time, it turns out that these kids were not with their real parents and with their real families. So that's a major problem. This is due to the issue of human trafficking that's been a constant issue with the border. Never mind about the drugs and that sort of thing. Human trafficking has been a major problem as well. And considering that a lot of kids who happen to not be in these, not be with their real families, it's definitely a major concern for, I think, everyone in this country, Democrat and Republican, because yeah, well, honestly, if considering that many of us have families, at least the people here who are watching this channel, I'm pretty sure that you you would be very, very horrified to see your own child taken away from you just to go to another country. But again, there's a lot of situations that have occurred in this time. So again, it's very funny how the Democrats are trying to play this message as if it's Donald Trump's fault when, in fact, it was Obama who himself started this in the first place. Now, with Kirstjen Nielson out, it's led to what the media has called a purge, and this is what I get from the. This is why I call the media a mixed message. They make these attacks on Kirstjen Nielson, but now that Kirstjen Nielson is out as Secretary of Homeland Security, there's been a major shakeup in the Department of Homeland Security, with a few other people already actually resigning or being removed from their office. In fact, I have a few newsletters. Let me try to pull this up on my phone. Let's see here. Okay, Kirstjen Nielson, we already did that. Okay, here we go. Sunday's resignation, according to USA Today. Ah, crap. My phone. Okay. Claire Grady, the department's Undersecretary of Management and the second in line to lead, has offered her resignation, effective Wednesday, according to outgoing DHS Secretary Kirstjen Nielson. The departure continues Trump's purge of high-ranking officials at the massive Department of Homeland Security. In addition to requesting Sunday's resignation of Nielson, Trump and aides forced the removal of Secret Service Director Randolph Tex Alice. Grady's departure will remove a bureaucratic issue that emerged when Trump saw Nielson's resignation. In announcing Nielson's departure, Trump also said Kevin McAleenan, I'm sorry, this is just a weird last name for me, the Commissioner of Customs and Border Protection, would become the department's acting secretary. So, this is definitely a major shakeup because of a lot of the crap that's been going on with Homeland Security. I mean, yeah, there has been a lot of progress. It's as such major progress. I think a lot of people are now more focused on the issue of illegal immigration more than ever. In fact, I think there's actually been a lot more press coverage as of late, considering comparing that to the years under the Bush presidency and the Obama presidency. But that's just my opinion. Now, with these guys removed, it is in my belief that Trump is going to find another person who, if at all possible, may do a very a better job at trying to handle Homeland Security and, of course, get the wall, and maybe decrease illegal immigration into this country. Because like I said before, within the original meeting that took place between Kirstjen Nielson and Donald Trump, and I think a few other staff were actually there as well, he was disappointed because of the high rise in illegal immigration. Again, this has resulted in many things, not just the purge in the DHS, but also the threatening to close the southern border. It has got that far, so I'm pretty sure that Trump is gonna figure out a new other people who may actually do a much more effective job, and at the same time, he's trying to eliminate a lot of the bureaucracy that has occurred. Like I said before, according to USA Today, it's mentioned that Grady's departure will remove a bureaucratic issue that emerged when Trump saw Nielson's resignation. So removing a lot of the bureaucratic tape around the Department of Homeland Security. That allows that department to actually consider doing a little bit more. Now, from what little bit more is, I have no idea. We'll just have to wait and see. But from right now, I think that Trump is just right now trying to shake things up, trying to get more attention on the border, especially with his comments on closing the southern border, and maybe try to put in some more hardline anti-illegal immigration officials into the DHS. I think Sheriff Clark was it. I forgot who. I think I don't know, but I think it is Sheriff Clark. He is that one ICE official who happened to I think was in charge partially of ICE, and he was known as Sheriff Clark, and he's attended some Republican conventions. But anyway, I think he would be personally a great pick. I don't know if he's actually in the quote-unquote running for Secretary of Homeland Security, but in my personal opinion, that would be the best guy for the job. He has grit, he has the nerve, and he knows about the situation currently going on with the border. So again, I would definitely suggest Sheriff Clark be considered as Secretary of Homeland Security. But again, we should look into what may who may be considered the next nominee for Secretary of Homeland Security before going full depth into this issue. But other than that, it's definitely try to cut the bureaucracy and try to allow the Department of Homeland Security to do a much more effective job in securing the border. My name is Noah Mian on The Arc Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Bye.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain.